Alright guys, in this video today we will be going over the best fruits to use in Battle Royale. Ignore the fit, I'm doing a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta cosplay. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, all of the above. Join the Discord. Thank you so much for 200 subs. See you in the video. Alright, for our first tier list in PvP, we have the Battle Royale tier list. So this tier list specifically for Battle Royale, and it's not in any particular order besides the tiers. So these are the top 3 fruits. I'm not saying any fruit is better than the other next to each other. There's no particular order. It's just in the same tier as each other. We're starting off with Venom. Venom has a lot of damage. It has long range moves. You have access to 2 guard breaks. You have access to zoning. It's just a really good fruit with mobility as well. And if you can get Venom Demon Mode in Final Zone, which you can transform with your bar, you're guaranteed to win in Final Zone. There's no losing with that. It's too busted. Next we have Mara. Mara is also another guaranteed win fruit if you can bring it to Final Zone and flame pillar opponents outside of the zone with it. Also, the ult does a lot of damage and it has a lot of range, so it's really good for that Final Zone circle. Now, it was hard for me to decide which fruit would go into the 3rd slot for God fruits, but I think I want to go with Paw. Recently, Paw's ultimate has been demolishing Final Zone. You get damage reduction while you pop it, and I'm pretty sure the lower you are, the more damage it does. So if anybody does decide to attack you while you're holding that ultimate down, you could just actually fry everybody in the Final Zone. On top of that, Paw itself does a lot of damage and has access to 3 guard breaks if the barrage lands enough. And on top of that, you have a counter that you can use in order to negate certain moves, and you have rendezvous, so you can place rendezvous in the middle of zone, and say you get knocked out of the zone unluckily, you can just TP right back to the middle. This also works with teammates. Say your teammate is dying out in zone, you can run to him and Paw rendezvous him back into the zone. It's really good fruit. Starting with our S tier, we have Tori. Tori is a really good fruit as well. This is one of the candidates that I would put in God's fruits if it wasn't for the 3 that are there already. Getting Tori's mode is kind of difficult, and I will say this about Buddha as well. If you can get these 2 fruits in their final forms, they can be considered top 3. The problem lies within trying to get those forms, since they only have 2 moves to their disposal. Buddha does have 3, but it's a very close range type of fruit. And it's just a lot harder to get the form than it would be with Venom, since you get to snipe people across the map. Mochi and Mochi V2, very great fruit. Getting Mochi V2 does require you to get kills, so it is a little bit harder to obtain in BR. But aside from that, the ultimate is really strong. It has 2 guard breaks, a lot of pressure, you have really good mobility. It's a really good fruit all around. Gura is an underrated fruit. I do see people use it typically, but the X ability it's so good in Final Zone. You can hit the entire Final Zone for like at least 300 damage each. So if you see 20 people in zone and you're playing solos, that's like 19 times 300. It's a lot. It's well over 4,000 damage just from one move. You can get your ultimate back immediately, and the ultimate hits everyone as well. You also get access to a counter and a lot of guard breaks. Magu is a demonic fruit to fight in Final Zone. I can't lie. It's really annoying if you're trying to stay away from the fighting and a Magu decides to either ult and target you or eruption you. It's really hard to deal with. Magu is that type of fruit that you want to use to third party and get damage with, and then pop your ult and hit people when they're unsuspecting it. Hiei is also another really good fruit. I even want to say that it is one of the best fruits that you could possibly get, simply for Ice Stomp. But the problem with Hiei is Ice Stomp doesn't guard break anymore, so people can just block it. And then your only other guard break is between your X ability, which takes forever to wind up, and your ultimate, and then you don't want to waste your ultimate on one guard break. That's just a waste. Next we have Pteranodon. I don't have much experience with Pteranodon, and that's why I have it currently at A tier, because I've seen it do good things, but I also haven't tried it enough for myself to say that it's really great. So I just have it at A tier for now. I know that it's a very hard fruit to kill. If a Pteranodon wants to run away, it will get away. Next we have Zushi. Zushi is a very strong combo fruit. If you're trying to snipe people that aren't paying attention or not holding block, you can just grab them from basically across the map and start a combo with your M1s. It also has access to 2 guard breaks, and then the ultimate has a lot of Final Zone coverage, so it's really good for Final Zone in terms of the ult. Next we have Pika/Pika V2. In my opinion, Pika/Pika V2 is not that strong. Pika V1 itself is fairly easy to perfect block. It has a lot of easily perfect blockable moves and doesn't output a lot of damage without taking a lot of stamina out in return. Pika V2 on the other hand is kind of the opposite, does a lot of damage for a lot less stamina, and you do get access to some pretty strong moves, but most of them are blockable, especially the E ability, since you can turn it just like Shishi Sonson from One Sword style. You can just turn around and block it. Now it's not a guard break anymore. And then also the accessibility to Pika V2, you have to get at least 3 grips, I believe, so it also makes it lower on the tier for me, because I feel like I can get more out of just eating a Gura and not getting any kills and waiting till Final Zone to shockwave everybody. Yami is a very strong fruit for combos and holding people down. It's also really good crowd control. Honestly, just all around great fruit. Also, the flight can be used to negate knockback and take less damage, so you can do that to negate ults that will typically knock you outside of the zone. Goro has great crowd control, a lot of stuns. The teleporting guard break is really good, and the flight is pretty good as well. The ult covers a lot. That's why it's an A tier currently. Putting it against these other fruits is not fair, in my opinion. I haven't had a lot of experience with smoke. I see the potential, and that's why I'll leave it at A tier. Yomi is that fruit that you pick up when you didn't get any other fruits. It has good combo potential, but it just, like I said, like the other fruits, they can't compete. And I will say the same thing for Ito and Kage. Ito is very strong pre-Final Zone though, and it can be strong in Final Zone with his ult considering it stuns and does like a lot of range. I wouldn't use Kage ult Final Zone because the Kage ult drains stamina, like it saps it terribly. I don't have a lot of experience with Ope either. I've eaten it probably twice ever. I heard it took in a lot of nerfs though, so I mean if Ope should be above B tier, let me know in the comments. Next we have the gold fruit. Gold is good. Gold is a good fruit. In terms of Battle Royale versus everything else, it is not. It has 2 combo extenders, but you have to be very close to land it, and you're going to be having to land in 1 sequences, and you're just unlikely going to get a fair M1 combo off with other people in Final Zone looking at you. Now, if this is 1v1s, it's a completely different story, but as for Battle Royale, no, not so much. Bari can be used to support your teammates, stop yourself from getting hit by ults, and knocking people out of zone. It's not as strong as it used to be, but it still is usable, and that's why it's not going to be in the do not use tier list. It does require a little bit of a higher skill. I haven't used Kira much, but all I know is it's good for damage reduction and maybe guard breaking, but aside from that, it's not worth eating. A lot of people I think will disagree with me when I say this, but I think Gomu is a bad fruit. Even second gear, I think it's a bad fruit. It's kind of easy to deal with. It doesn't do enough damage anymore to like be considered a major threat to me. And yeah, that's why Bomb was going to be in B tier. Next we have Bomb. So Bomb actually used to be very, very good, but after the ult nerf, it's not nearly as good. It can still be usable, but then yet again, compared to other fruits, it has to be in B tier. Someone has to be in B tier, and it's going to have to be Bomb. Not a lot of experience with Yuki, but from what I know, the turret's easily perfect blockable. The only thing that really good comes out of it is the ultimate, and the ultimate doesn't do nearly as much damage as it used to anymore. So I don't even think it's up there. Mero is an elite Battle Royale fruit for like duos, trios, squads, any multi-competitive or multi-PvP Battle Royale game mode. You want to use Mero for stuns. Final Zone, not so much. It's not that good, but it's really good for like jumping because you can keep them stunned with all your moves. And Suna is just, it's not that good. I would only use it for its R ability and its ultimate, and that's 2 moves out of like 6 that it has, and it's, yeah, that's really it. And for the do not use fruits, these are kind of self-explanatory. The only thing that I might consider putting in there is Spring, because I know Spring has some type of potential. Aside from everything else, Kilo could be used to slam down, but it's unlikely in Final Zone because of the zone will be taking away your damage if you want to get any type of damage with Kilo off. And then Heal is not that good, wasting your stamina. Suke is wasting stamina because you have the indicator over your head. Spin is only has 1 combo extender, that's it. And then Horo sucks. Horo is nerfed to the ground. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you disagree or agree. I have another video coming out soon. There's going to be a part 2 video where I'll make a 1v1s fruit PvP tier list. And then I'll also be making the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in PvP in arenas. Thank you guys for 200 subscribers. Everyone have a great day.